In the 1920s, a vigorous fight for strict beach clothing regulations began in the USA and Europe. On many beaches, police measured women's swimsuit sizes to ensure compliance with the rules. Swimsuits deemed too short or revealing could result in fines or even arrest for their owners. These checks symbolized the conflict between traditional democracy and the growing freedom and fashion that characterized the Jazz Age. Despite the prohibitions, this period marked the beginning of the development of swimwear, leading to its modern form. In the 1930s, urban areas with limited access to nature saw the emergence of so-called baby cages. These constructions were metal boxes attached to the windows of apartment buildings. The idea gained popularity in the 1930s, when doctors actively promoted the benefits of fresh air for immunity development and rickets prevention. Children were placed in these cages for several hours under adult supervision. The photograph depicts young Christopher Robin Milne, son of author A. Milne, with his stuffed bear, which became the prototype for the famous Winnie the Pooh. This toy, along with other plush animals of Christopher, inspired Milne to write a series of stories first published in 1926. Ashdown Forest in Sussex, where Christopher Robin often played, served as the prototype for the 100-acre wood. The photograph, taken during the popularity of the first books, became an important part of the memories surrounding the history of Winnie the Pooh, bridging the real connection between the fictional world and the author's life. This moment captures the meeting of two legends, the flamboyant surrealist artist and a Hollywood star. Dali created a portrait of Raquel in his unique style, blending realism with surrealistic elements. The actress, at the height of her career, embodied for Dali modern beauty and glamour, inspiring him to create a vivid and unusual work. The 1956 photograph showing the first hard disk of 5 megabytes being loaded onto a Pan American World Airways plane became a symbol of the dawn of the data storage age. This hard disk was part of the IBM 305 RAMAC computer, the first device to use magnetic disks for data storage. The device weighed over a ton, and its transportation was handled with extreme care. Despite its modest size by today's standards, just 5 megabytes, this technology was revolutionary for its time, allowing companies to store data at vastly greater access speeds than punched cards. The photograph taken on July 8, 1942, in Port Washington, New York, captured the process of creating propaganda posters during World War II. In it, artists work on bright and emotionally charged images designed to boost civilian morale. Posters from this era played a crucial role in mobilizing society, reflecting patriotism, unity, and readiness to fight for freedom. The artists and designers who created these posters used vivid colors, concise slogans, and dramatic imagery to capture attention and inspire action. A photograph of a little girl with a doll, sitting among the ruins of her home after a bombing in London in 1940, became one of the most potent symbols of fragile vulnerability and resilience during wartime. The photo was taken during the Blitz, intense bombings of British cities by the German army during World War II. Despite the destruction surrounding her, the girl firmly holding her doll symbolizes childhood innocence and maintaining a semblance of normalcy amidst chaos. This scene deeply touches the soul, reminding us of the tragedies faced by people in the world, especially children, in wartime conditions. The first Harley-Davidson factory was established in 1903 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, becoming an early legend that would forever transform the motorcycle industry. It was founded by young entrepreneurs, William Harley, Arthur Davidson, and brothers Walter and William Davidson. The factory began as a small workshop where they assembled their first motorcycle powered by a 3-horsepower engine. The venture did not achieve great success initially, but its motorcycles began to attract attention due to their quality and innovative design. In 1904, Harley-Davidson sold 3 motorcycles, and by 1907, the company started mass production, quickly capturing the market. The factory became a symbol of industrial success and technological advancement in the motorcycle industry. In the future, Harley-Davidson not only became synonymous with American culture but continues to develop and manufacture some of the most popular and powerful motorcycles in the world. This moment became a symbol of poverty and extreme desperation in post-war America. Amid economic hardships, crises, and unemployment, many families were forced to make tragic decisions in their struggle for survival. The photograph reflects the painful reality of the time when, in some regions of the USA, The level of poverty was so high that people lost the ability to provide basic goods. Selling children or placing them in orphanages became the last resort for some mothers unable to feed them or guarantee a decent future. The sinking of the Titanic, which claimed the lives of over 1,500 individuals, shocked the world. Newspapers of the time quickly informed the public about the tragedies, making this moment historical, as it was through print media that people first learned of the disaster's scale. Newspaper vendors, like Ned Parfit, were at the forefront of spreading this tragic news, and although he was still a child, this event resonated with a generation of young people, prompting them to ponder the fragility of easy living and security at sea. Georges Blind, known for his active role in the resistance in France during World War II, was captured by the Germans for his actions against the occupiers. His smile in the photograph, despite the ruthless and tragic circumstances, symbolizes his courage and defiance against the enemy. Many historians interpret this moment as an act of spirit resilience, showing that even in the face of death, Georges Blind retained his belief in his righteous cause and refused to abandon it. This photograph became a powerful symbol of heroism, accompanied by the sacrifices people made in the region for freedom and independence during the war. The photograph taken by Claude P. Detloff on October 1, 1940, in New Westminster, Canada, titled "Wait for Me, Daddy," captures the touching serendipity of a father-son farewell. This photo became a symbol of the era when thousands of Canadian soldiers, including fathers and men, left their families to fight for their homeland. The photograph of Times Square, taken in 1947, captures the vibrant atmosphere of one of the world's most famous intersections in the post-war period. This was a moment when New York was recovering from World War II, and the city was coming back to life, becoming a hub not only of culture but also of business, technology, and entertainment. It was also a time when the number of tourists in New York increased, and the square itself became a center of mass communication where diverse cultures and style trends intersected. The Times Square photograph from that time is a vivid representation of both the optimism of the post-war era and the city's development, striving for progress and innovation. In 1986, Medvedev was still a student at Leningrad State University, studying law, and as these photographs show, he was already among the youth captivated by the fashion and culture of the time. The image captures the spirit of the late Soviet era, when young people, despite restrictions and prohibitions, expressed their individuality through style, music, and lifestyle. The leather jacket and dark glasses, hallmarks of the youth subcultures of the 1980s, were often associated with rock music and Western culture, which began to permeate the Soviet Union during the period of perestroika. If you love vintage photographs and want to immerse yourself in the atmosphere of the past, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here you will find unique snapshots, interesting stories, and captivating facts about celebrities and events that have left their mark in history. Support us with a like so we can continue sharing this amazing collection with you.